Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. This series is going to be a long one, I feel. So last time we were working with blood magic because we were waiting for iridium and, well, specifically UU matter. We're still waiting on UU matter. We're going to need a lot of UU matter to make an applied energistic system. I'm still waiting on the resonant machine frame. It's about halfway done. Yeah, a little bit more. We're at 30 million RF in that guy. And yeah, today we are going to continue along the path of blood magic. As you can see, I've been doing some work. There is a lot of blood in there. And I went ahead and got a whole bunch of reinforced slates. And we're going to try to get to the weak blood shards. That is the goal for today, and if we can do that, great. Then we can start working on some other stuff. But before we can do anything, we need to take this thaumium block, and we need to make a new blood orb. We need to make the Magician's blood orb. Now this takes 25,000 LP, and we have 10. So we're going to have to refill this a time and a half. And that's why I kind of let the mob spawn and filled it all, like, most of the way already. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And once it gets down to about 5,000, we're going to cut up some monsters. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should be close. So that should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be another 5,000. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that should be all we need. So I'm going to cut the rest of these guys up, because why not? But basically each mob should give us like 500 LP. We can affect that later, and we'll make this a little bit more efficient. But that's gonna take a lot of stuff. And honestly, there we go, cool. We had just enough. Go ahead and use it, get it bound to us, and we have the Magician's blood orb, which means we can start doing rituals. That's right. Now I remember what I was doing. Okay, so lava crystal. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but not actually that much. We need to do a little bit of stuff, but it really shouldn't be that hard. But before we do any of that, we're going to need to make the Master Ritual Stone, which, can we scan that? No. Can we scan the blood orb? Yes, we can. Cool. So the Master Ritual Stone, we're going to need that. We're going to need 24. I'm going to need a little bit more reinforced stuff, aren't I? Yes. We're going to need 24 ritual stones in total. So I need to get these guys cycling through. What do we have? Reinforced slates. Cool. That's what I want it to be. So we're going to run away, and now it's been a while since I've recorded this. I had a lot of trips that I went on, all like right together, and yeah. It's been a month. So I need to do more bee stuff. One of the biggest things I'm going to need to do, and I'll probably do it mostly off camera, is get just a bunch of forest or meadows bees, just to get more cultivateds and all that kind of fun stuff, just so I can breed them higher. A lot of bees is just kind of getting the ones you need and going from there. So while this is going, one thing that we can start working towards is the lava crystal, which is needed for the weak activation crystal. So what do we need from Thaumcraft? Warded glass. Ew. Okay, that's not too bad on the Thaumcraft side. But we do need Chrysalos, which requires... Okay, this is going to be complicated. But I was going to see how much Thaumcraft we needed to do. Because we could go grab our wand and charge it up with this guy, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Is that the last one? No. Alright, let's get away and let that continue. We're doing alright for most materials, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. We have plenty of mana now. Mana generation is so much better, which is awesome. It's just a matter of getting all the stuff together. That's the issue, and for the most part, most of these things are going to be pretty easy. We're going to get to do a lot of alchemy, which is kind of neat, but yeah, there's one other thing that I don't have on here. Alchemic, what was... I was trying to get the chemistry set. We have that. So let's do lava, crystal, and then the last one that I want... Let's see, let's just tell it actually activation, get rid of a lot of that other stuff, and then lava, crystal, and then we're also going to want the diviner, the ritual diviner. So this shouldn't be that bad. Looks like runes. Okay, we can handle that. It's going to be heavy on diamonds though. That's going to be the issue. This is the last one, so hopefully we can get this. So yeah, most of this stuff is not going to be too hard to do. It is going to take some time and processing and just rabbit holes. Rabbit holes are what we're encountering at this point. But that being said, it shouldn't be too difficult to get what we need to get the bound blade, which is what I'm after. Because if we can get the bound blade, we can upgrade our altar higher. Once we get more ritual stones, but kind of the thing that we're going to be going after is the what is it called? The conjuration catalyst. This guy does require null catalyst, which once we get a little bit of null catalyst, which is a nether star, we can get more. But we're going to be doing some interesting things to get nether stars. I'm not too concerned with... I'm not too interested, I should say, in fighting withers on a skyblock. That's usually a bad idea. So we're going to make it a better idea. And to do that, we're going to have to do a lot of stuff. But we need to get to... the infusion. What is it called? The runic matrix. This guy, which we're pretty much at. We could go ahead and make the runic matrix actually, but that is something we're gonna want to have. Which reminds me, do we have? I'm always confused with what mods are in each mod pack because I play so many mod packs. I wouldn't have it any other way, but I play so many. Does this have? It does. Thalmic Energistics. This is an awesome mod, and we're going to take full advantage of it once we get an applied energistics system. So, yeah, we're going to basically work our way towards good stuff and then have to wait because we can't use it. But anyways, let's see what all we need to make. Alright, so let's start with the weak activation crystal, because this is required for the ritual stones to make the ritual. In order to make this, we need a lava crystal, which is some warded glass, some empty core, an empty core, mana diamonds, obsidian. Okay, we have the 2 obsidian, that's easy enough. The lava buckets are easy enough as well. Warded glass is mana glass, great wood planks. We don't have great wood trees, do we? That is an issue. I forgot about that. That is a pretty big issue, actually. Great wood logs. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. What am I talking about? I was scared that we were going to have to make a great wood sapling. That's the wrong kind of great. Which is... infusion, and also really bad, but I realized we don't have access to the infusion, and it wouldn't, I don't think they would block this out from us, so rather they can't block out rituals from us because, yeah, that wouldn't work. So we're gonna need some logs. How much glass do we get for that? 4. Okay, so we just need we literally just need a single log of oak wood. and we'll do the whole oak wood. There we go. So we're gonna turn this into great wood planks, which is just 3 arbor, 1 magic. Anything good for magic that I can get netherwort. And then arbor is wood. Actually, let's use jungle. I've never scanned jungle wood, huh? Yeah, that's 4 arbor, so that'll be enough. So 4 arbor and a piece of netherwort. I can do that pretty easily. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get blood into our altar. Because more blood means I can go away and we'll have access to more stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna kill these guys because I don't think they're giving blood. Because they're not adults. I believe blood magic prevents you from killing baby creatures, and they might still be considered babies. Hey, we need a zombie brain, so that's good. Do we have 1,000 in here? Close enough. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and make... I need a bucket. We're gonna need to make a couple more buckets, but that's not a problem at all. And I want to just make sure... Okay, I did have a bucket over here, but that's fine. Buckets can stay. So, we throw in the jungle wood. Have I scanned? Yes. So, jungle wood, netherwort, and oak wood gives us great wood log. And I need my wand. We just smack that clean. And cool. So we have the great wood log. To get the planks, we throw it in just a normal mana pool. I think we can handle that. And there we go. Cool. So great wood planks. I would like to make another mana spreader as well. How bad is that? Living wood and gold and okay. So do we have any extra living wood? We do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 gray, and I'll need a piece of gold. That's easy enough to get. We're gonna need some glass as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what else was it for the warded glass? Magic stuff. Alright, so we'll get to that in a moment. Let's just get what we can. We're also gonna need like 5 diamonds, so let's go ahead and grab those. Cool. So yeah, this is gonna be complicated, and it's gonna be using all of the all 4 things of magic. We're gonna need some mana glass, and the reason I wanted to go grab another mana spreader is just so that we could have one right here, and we'll go ahead and bind it to that. So that'll work just fine. So yeah, we have most of the stuff we need for the mana glass, except for, or the warded glass rather, except for Magicalis and Crystallos, which are alchemic chemistry set things. So let's go set these into this guy, and we'll start working on getting the alchemic chemistry taken care of. So this stuff is going to be kind of complex. It requires blood. Everything does in blood magic, but it's actually kind of cool. So first things first, we're gonna need simple catalyst. We're gonna need quite a few of these. So it's a bunch of redstone, sugar, glowstone, and gunpowder. Let's get like, how much does it cost for each? 200 LP. So like, yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. So let's get like a stack of this stuff, and let's do like 16. We'll get much more later, but for now 16 should be good. So we have that we need 16 gunpowder, and then sugar. Which we might have a good bit from our mob farms because of witches. I have 4 here. Yeah, I have plenty of sugar. So let's just get some sugar, and we'll start with the simple catalyst. Now I also saw we're going to need some more mana glass for the empty core. So let's grab like 4 more of those. And we'll just throw them in here. So how the alchemic chemistry set works, it requires a blood orb, which basically just links it to your blood network. So as you can see, we have 5,400 LP roughly, and sugar, something like this. What is the simple catalyst? 2 redstone. So each one that it makes, it drains a little bit of our LP, which is both good and bad, because we're going to need some of that LP later for the ritual, but it's okay for right now because it's whatever. We need another 16, because I forgot it's two redstone for the simple catalyst, and yeah, this is gonna be pretty easy. So it made 8, that was 16, and then if we want more blood, all we have to do is throw that in there, and it will give our essence more, and it does make it faster than this makes the catalyst. So take that as you will. Can I scan this? I didn't ever try, did I? No, I did. Alright, so we have some simple catalyst now. And I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these. Now, what we need for the warded glass is Magicalis, which is pretty much the same stuff. So let's just go get like a stack of each of those items. Minus the sugar. We'll worry about sugar as we need it. But gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, we can afford taking stacks of all these pretty easily. And we'll just keep them over here with the blood magic stuff, just because it'll be easier. Alright, so let's take this out and cut up some enemies. And no, don't explode. Bad creeper. Alright, so now that we have all that stuff, we're going to have some other things as well. So we're going to just put these over here. But we have the 16 simple catalysts just to get started with. And Magicalis requires redstone, 2 glowstone, and gunpowder. And 1 of these. Cool. So that will make us Magicalis. Should anyways. Does it need a higher blood orb? It might need a higher blood orb. Apprentice works. So we can take the weak one out, and we're going to start using the apprentice one in here because we have a higher blood orb after that. So as you see with the higher blood orb, it starts working. And this costs 500 LP. Pretty easy. And then the other one that we need is Crystallos. So we need 2 snow, 2 ice, and a simple catalyst. Now this stuff will be used later for much bigger things. But we'll worry about it then. If we have to do it. I don't actually know if we have to do any demon summoning or anything like that. We probably do. So we need snow and ice. And unfortunately those are a little bit harder to come by. And we do have a snowman down below. It would be nice if we had a glacial precipitator, but we don't. Let me think. We don't have any ice, do we? So, yeah, snow is easy, but ice shards, we do have, and then we can also compress snow into ice. Okay, so there's easy ways to get ice. I feel like we would have some with the Thaumcraft stuff. We have ice shards, okay. So we'll just get some ice. We also need to get some snow, which we can get from our snowman down here. Two, three, four. Oh, come on. One more. There we go. Cool. So there's the snow and the ice. And then we'll just pop back up here and make the crystallos, or however you say it. So I don't even know if they need to be separated. Yes, they do. Alright, so that will make that. And then we can make the warded glass. So there's one thing. The mana diamond, will go ahead and take a single diamond and make that. And we're almost to the point of getting the weak activation crystal, which means we could, being the keyword, go ahead and make the rituals, but we're going to wait a little bit longer. The reason being, and you'll see soon enough, it makes it a lot easier if you have something to just do it for you. You know what, it's just 5. I don't really care. Actually, it's more than that. So let's get our stuff on. I'll reduce it a little bit, but there's some warded glass. And that is something that I would like to scan. Alright, so we need 2 of those. And now we need to make the empty core, which just 2 mana steel and 2 gold, plus the simple catalyst. Alright, that's really easy. So let's go ahead. Do I have any mana steel over here? I do, but we're gonna need some gold as well. So that is easy enough. And we just have to go back over here. Grab a simple catalyst. And it's the other way, isn't it? Yep. So there is an empty core. Now those are used for some things later, if we choose to do that path, but I don't think we need to. I believe that is for the mirror world or something like that. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. I've never really done it. But 1, 2, 3. 3, not 4. Alright, so with this we can make our 3rd bucket. We're probably going to get to keep the buckets. I don't know, but we probably will. How is this doing, by the way? Backfilling on anything? A little bit, but not too bad. How about this guy? Redstone. Blocks of... Blacklist those. Oh, because redstone... Okay, that's fine. Let's make more netherrack. Why not? 1, 2, 3. I mean, this stuff isn't really doing anything anyways, so who cares? So let's pop up here. And we should be able to make the lava crystal now. So the lava crystal allows you to basically use LP to smelt things. Kind of cool. We get our buckets back, which is even better. Let's go ahead and scan it if we can. Cool. On to aspects. So now we just have to take this over to our altar and throw it in there to gain blood. And I want to just make sure that we do have enough blood in there. It requires a full 10,000, so we do. And we'll just let that go. It drains it pretty quickly, which is nice. And then when we're done, we're going to take our... Actually, we take our weak blood orb and set it in line. So once that makes fix the weak activation sigil. There we go. And this is another one, I do believe, you need to right click to bind to yourself. Can we also scan it? Nope. Alright, so let's kill these guys. And just get some blood for our blood network. Oh, that's all it can store. Alright, so it does matter which orb you use, so we'll put the Magician's Blood Orb. Awesome, so you can even see the little meter on the left-hand side of the screen. And you can see, yep, right there's a little bit of bright red. That's our blood. In our network, anyway. So we have the weak activation crystal. That is the next step. So the last thing we need to make is probably one of the most difficult. Looking at it. So we made the mana spreader. We can get rid of that. So the last one is the ritual divider. So we're gonna need a piece of ritual chalk, which we can do. We might even have an extra piece. We do. Cool. So we have the chalk. 4 mana diamonds, easy enough. Let's just go ahead and throw those in here. And there we go. So the last things that we need are different inscription tools. So there's fire, there's earth, there's water, and there's air. And it looks like all of these are just the corresponding runes. So what runes do we have? Alright, we have everything but water. So we need to make a water rune, and then we can do this. The next step requires a tier 4 altar, which we don't have. So can't do that. So we need a water rune. That is the last one. And that is 3 mana steel, bone meal, sugarcane. Okay, that's actually easy enough. So we'll get that taken care of and go from there. So, water shard. Check. We'll get some reeds. Check. Fishing rod. Was it bone meal? Fishing rod and bone meal, and then 3 steel. Alright, so 1, 2. And then bone meal we can get from our system here. And then steel, which we might have, yep, 1, 2, 3. Cool. So this is going to be easy enough. So I lied, it's not that hard. So there we go, fishing rod. Then we're going to need a piece of the rock stuff. So that, hey, get on there. These guys go in here, and they go there. And we just need a single piece of living rock. And then 1,000 blood each. That's not too bad. So, we're going to be able to do the ritual today. We should be able to. Once this is done, which it shouldn't take that much longer, put the rest of the waters in the thing. And there we go. Cool. So, basically all we have to do is sit these guys in here and stab some monsters. Alright, so in order to make the next tier rune, what we're working towards is the blood shards. And in order to get the blood shards, we need to use a bound blade. That's the key. So there is the inscription tool air. This is going to be water. As soon as it's done, it shouldn't take that long. There we go. Fire. And should be good any second now. There we go. And earth. Can we scan any of these? Probably not. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And then I think we're going to just go ahead and put this guy back in here. And get some more blood. So why are we doing this? Getting the blood. Well, in order to do any rituals, you have to put marked stones. It's like that. Yes. So there's the ritual diviner. So this. Oh, hey, that does actually have stuff that we can do. So if we shift right click, this will go through all the rituals. And the ritual binding, and if you shift left click, it goes backwards. So if you miss it, you don't have to go all the way around. That's something I didn't actually know. So basically, we need an area. Let's pick up a couple grass blocks. And you know what? We're just gonna see F7. We're just gonna break into this whole area. Suppose we have a couple grass blocks, we can get more. Doesn't really matter. So basically, what you can do is you don't have to make the ritual diviner. If you know what the ritual looks like, you can set up the ritual stones and the master ritual stone exactly how it needs to be, if you want. I don't advise it. It's easier to make the ritual diviner, and the reason being is I can put the block down anywhere and right click it, and it just automatically starts making all the runes, putting them where they're at. And then when it's done, it's done. That's it. So let's just make sure that everything's well lit, because it's getting night. And we're going to break these down. So otherwise, you'd have to place these ritual stones exactly how they are. And any of this, I believe, is earth, water, wind, fire. You'd have to inscribe each one individually. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So all we have to do now is activate the ritual. However, if we want to activate it, we have to have something to like do with this one. This is the ritual binding. The ritual binding, it binds a soul, basically, magic soul, you know, to an item. And there's a couple of different things you can do, but the one we're after is the bound blade. So this guy oh no. Then how are we supposed to, okay. So we have to do infusion first. Alright, well, today I learned. So we have the ritual set up, we're ready to do the ritual, and it turns out we need to do the other rituals first. We need to do infusion first. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I guess I should have looked, because that's a pretty simple infusion. Negligible, yeah, that's pretty easy. Not that difficult, not that bad. Whoops. I guess it pays to look ahead sometimes. But oh well, we have this stuff, and that's good enough. So what does that mean? Well, we need to do some more Thaumcraft stuff first. Something I was saying, so why do we need all this blood? Well, the rituals cost blood. The ritual binding, I believe, costs 5,000 blood to activate. And some rituals will actually require blood for an extended period of time, for as long as the ritual is activated. There's one that will hurt enemies and fill a blood altar, which is the Well of Suffering. It uses so much blood per second, so you basically have to have, or per like damage or something like that. So you basically have to have 2 altars if you want to use that one effectively. One to fill up a blood orb, and the other to be usable. But that's something I don't know if we're gonna do. I don't know how much blood magic we're actually going to need to do. I know the main purpose of all this is to get the mana pool, the everlasting guilty pool, and that does require crystal clusters. So we're gonna have to do a really complicated ritual to get these soul shards and life shards Yeah, that's going to be fun. But other than that, just all the slates, it's easy enough. Then all the runes. And then this guy is bad. Icorium adorned Ichor cloth strap silverwood one. Yeah, there's a command. Is Kami unlocked? And this is all the stuff we need to get to, this is what's remaining for us to actually be able to get this Kami unlocked. So that's something that we'll deal with later. But now it tells me we need to get into Thaumcraft more. That's okay. One of the big things though, hey, this is done. Cool. So we have the resin machine frame, which we need for the inscriber. So we can make this. I think I'll have to use an overclocker. I'll just take it from one of my machines because I don't really care too much right now to make any more. The pure Certus quartz we have, and then 2 sticky pistons. Okay, that's easy enough. So we're gonna need like 6 iron, 2 redstone. I said 2, not a stack or 2. So something like this. We're gonna need some wood. So there's the pistons. Overclocker that. We've had some pure Certus for a very long time. Because that takes 10 hours real time to make. But the crystal growth accelerator should help with that. It's just getting into it initially that is blocked off, basically. And then we need some slime balls. Do we have any slime balls? We should. They're in here. Yeah, we have them from the slimy side tree. So we just do this. And we have our very first inscriber. Awesome. Can we scan that? We can. Cool. So we have the inscriber. This is something that we're going to be using relatively soon. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here. And it should gain power. It has power. So this is going to be how we make circuits for applied energistics. Which is still a good ways away. But it's getting there. But the whole kind of purpose is to get ahead of the game a little bit, so that when we get the access to the applied energistics system, we can make basically everything we want immediately, or relatively close. And then eventually I'll have to make more inscribers, which it's gonna be fun. But there, we got that done. So now we need the runic matrix, and this is what we're gonna be working on in the next episode, Sword of the Zephyr. It's really hard to Sword of the Zephyr. There we go. It's really hard to speak and think at the same time sometimes. But yeah, so next time we are going to be working towards getting the runic matrix, which we're almost there, honestly. We need the rune of fire. We need to make another one of these. And we need a rune of mana, which isn't actually that bad. Some blood runes. I can handle that, and a tombstone. We can do all this. We make the runic altar, and yeah, we'll set that up and get started with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!